Today is the day that you learn this is true. Call your own calendar. You want to go down the rabbit hole with me? Put on some olive oil or butter. Slick down the hole. We're going to go there. There's stuff happening right now that no one wants to talk about. Everyone's accusing everyone of picking dates and talking about bullshit. Which pill do I prefer, Brandy? The red pill or the blue pill?
Neither one of the pills.
Thank you. That is all that I am doing here. That is the only thing that I am doing. I have been accused of many, many things over the last few hundred days. And here's what I'm guilty of. I am guilty of making Gandalf available on every possible platform with every possible video that can be available. Oh, we've only gotten 1,500 hits in 11 days. Yeah. Oh, over here? No, wait. I have to go to channels. Oh, it's so complicated. Oh, there's everybody over here. I think we've gotten, 900,000 views in three weeks and 5 days. Is that right?
I think you're pretty close.
So if you want to stay asleep, you better hang up. Oh my gosh, what did I do here? I know that day exactly. That's not where I'm at. Oh, thank you. We're going to talk about a couple of things, and no one wants to talk about this. So I'm going to do what I always do. I'm going to pull shit out of the beginning of the process. There is a coincidence that is happening. I'm not going to talk to you about Jasara, or the RV, or Twitter, or any of the D class going on right now. I'm going to talk to you about how the D class happened. Will you please keep me honest, Brandy?
I will.
You are one of the few people that does not fear the wizard. So look, I've got some documents over here that say MK Ultra is approved by DCI on April. Trying to conserve my screen space. April 13, 1953. It's funded. 63 Ultra comes into play. That means that all of the cloud seeding. I'm so much going to get in trouble for this. Okay, so all of the cloud seeding. It's not just about the glyphosates and the metal flake aluminum, which is diffractive and changes the architecture of the energy we receive from the sun. But this MK Ultra thing, I have not yet published these documents on the locals. I'm out of space for the month. I don't have any space left, or I will. Next month, you'll get them. This is a report on MK Ultra in 1963. Oh, we have more here. Behavioral and psychological sets from 75. But before there was the Ultra, there was the first three-letter group. I'm not going to read a bunch of this out loud. We tried this the other day, and my honeypot got licked by a big old bear. But I'd like this to happen. I know you're skulking me. How's our lag?
It's not too bad.
Good, thank you. Okay, look. In the 47, these guys, I can't even come up with an acronym that won't get flagged. I love that about myself. Okay, in 47, which remember, so we've got World War I, which is the Great War, according to the generation. That happens, I'm in 1900 something, right? Less than 1910. And then I get to World War II. And in the middle of World War I and World War II, I have the greatest generation, where we get pounded with freaking mud flooding events. And, one time, Brandy, you and I were reading a thing, and we said, what was it? They planted 100-mile wide forest of trees that was 160 miles long or something. It was huge.
Yes, they did that during the Dust Bowls.
Right after the Dust Bowl. Okay, so we've never been out of this control. This thing right here which I'm not going to show a bunch of this. Do you hear that? There's an airport named after this guy. Hey, Brandy, have you ever flown into Dulles?
No, I haven't.
But you've heard of the
Well,
airport, right? Just say
it,
airport in a sentence.
it's like I've
Just
flown
keep it from getting
into.
flagged. That's how easy it is. No shit. I'm an actual programmer. Look, I can do this all day and do some. Go look this stuff up on BitChute or Rumble or Gab or Minds or Cloud Hub or Truth or any of the alternate networks. You'll find this. This is not what I'm talking about today. I'm talking about a cycle of tyranny. Have you ever heard me rail about this before?
Yes, I have.
Oh, okay. Save me some breath. Tell me what I'm going to say next. Say it in not mansplaining.
No, that's okay.
Oh, I'm not letting you off the spot, my Padawan. Say in woman speak, what is the cycle of a word that ends in Y, has Randy in the middle, and starts with my friend Ty that lives up the street?
I'm not going there.
God bless it, woman. Okay. I will take the shoulder of the burden as the wizard always does. We have been under a cycle. It starts here, right here. Read my screen. I'm done feeding pablum. Everyone's talking about truth and consequences. Let's talk about things that have actually happened. What is my normal run here? What do I usually do, Brandy? Do I bring citation? Do I bring the receipts, as Steve Bannon would say? Ever?
Mm, you bring proof.
I bring
That's
things other people
possible.
can research. And if you want to do the research, go to my locals account. Look me up. Gandalf. I'm everywhere.
That
Gandalf
is true. He's
everywhere.
everywhere, man. He's
Okay.
everywhere.
So we come in over here, and this is the CIA. There's a thing. It's a let's call it an act in the play. So I watch my words here, and I'm watching my words on alternate networks. We got our first strike earlier today. Congratulations, my partner in nefarious information. We launched on YouTube a little minute ago. Go find us on YouTube. Look for Gandalf. It's ALPH. Okay. I say in the news, but it's spelled like Gandalf, ALPH. Oh, and go look at our sponsor. Chiron's there for a reason. We have got to keep this moving forward, okay? You're supposed to stop me from railing.
Well, when you're talking about that T word that I don't know if it's safe enough to say.
I'm not sure, and I hate safe. I hate that shit. Okay, look, I'm sorry, Sassy. I know I'm trying to keep my language. Oh, no, there's a show coming. I told you about this, or maybe not. I just thought about it and assumed you'd heard it. That Sassy's taking questions from the field for Gandalf the Great.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Sounds very
Oh,
interesting
well,
to me.
she called me today. She's all pissed off. Okay, so, but how I feel about that. It's better to be pissed off than pissed on, unless, of course, you like that kind of thing. Okay, so
Yeah,
in the
well.
beginning, there was this three-letter agency. That means an NSA. Damn it. No such agency is also the same. And there's about, we did a show, a million shows or one show ago that was about the eco-friendly guys, the healthy guys who also had eco, right? Remember that show? What was that, 9 hours ago? This is the same thing. They're planning, they're plotting, but the 50s come around. Oh wait, we're losing control. We dropped those two candlesticks in New York. Candlestick Park in New York, and this happens right here. Read the screen. I'm not going to hold any more hands here. This is not a rookie show. Okay, and then All of these notes, by the way, I have posted, or they would not be here. I might or might not have. I have to think about that. I don't know if we did that or not. I might be out until next month. You might not get the links for 4 or 5 days. So look, this is happening right now. All of these things, all of these links are going to tell you with the .org government level research that this thing is happening. The WHO and the WEF, the Doctor Who, and the Why Everybody Farts are getting together. I have tracked this all the way back to the NREC. There is a false flag event that everyone's waiting for. Everyone's waiting for it. If you haven't heard of this thing right here and you don't go there, you're an idiot. It's about 45% accurate. I have gotten severe kicks on this. One of them is one. I'm not going to do it. We did that the other day.
Conspiracy was on YouTube, so it can't.
Okay. There is a level of conspiracy here, and you got to follow me on this because I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm a conspiracy factist. Hey, Brandy, what's the median time between I heard and oh shit that happened on the news? What are we down to? About 3 weeks?
Pretty much.
Okay, so over here, there's a thing, and I'm not going to do this because it's so much fear. I can walk through all the things, all of these years. I did this research. I've been doing this research. When did Mike Penny and I talk about this? Was that 7 weeks ago? Anyway,
that's about 8 or 9 weeks ago.
It's right here. This is the Mobilization Act from 1964. This is all I'm going to read, and I'm going to skip this tab. This is the NREC, the National Regulatory Committee on what we're supposed to do. Now, over here, you see the top of this document right here, Presidential Emergency Action Documents. John at Patel Patriot got me down this line. So I followed this hard. Mike Penny pulls me into the freaking part of the matrix I didn't see. God bless him. And I looked at a new way to find the first P ad. I found the first P ad. I would love to talk to John Harold about that if he gave me a show. It'll be our first show. That we're hiding under a false flag nuclear attack because I'm about to talk to you about the fact that nukes don't exist. I told you this was going to be an interesting show. So we're going to talk about the fact that nukes don't exist, which is why the nuke thing, what is in the news right now? Nukes. We're going to go to nuclear war with Ukraine, right? I am going to sell you a boat of hopium that looks like dynamite. You ready for this? I have 38 minutes left. So let's start with the fear, okay? There's a Nahikus document that this is all driven from. NAHICUS. I don't know if I left it. Oh, yeah. Nahikus report of 1962, the nuclear attack hazard on the continental U.S. Now, have no fear. I'm going to tell you that nukes are bullshit. Nukes are one of the primary ways they steal money from us. I know I just lost half of Badlands Media. I'm sorry. Piss off. I'm going to prove my point. Give me 37 more minutes. So hiding under a false flag of a nuclear attack, this is my hypothesis. Hiding under a false flag of the NREC preparedness, the PADs are hiding in the middle of the NREC response. Are you with me?
I'm with you.
Okay, so the only way this works is if after everything is done, and this is especially for you, CanCon, if everything is done, everyone comes out and smells the roses like the end of a good movie. I don't think this is a movie. I've never thought this was a movie. Here's the NREC Publications Manual from 1965. This is part of their gaming outline. What are the outcomes? They say, page 12. All this is in my notes, which might not happen until after the first because I'm out of space at freaking locals. So defense, which is where the library is. So Defense and Mobilization Order 8500 is dated November 4th, 1964. This order defines survival items as those items without which large segments of the population would die or have their health so seriously impaired has to render them both burdensome and non-productive. I think the useless eaters are non-productive, aren't they? Why would they waste hundreds of millions of dollars on nuclear weapons if they've already got us all done in with the jabby jabber stir fucking COVID scare fear bullshit, right? Am I still making sense?
I think so.
Okay, this is the end of my notes. Shit. I really did not want to do this show. Okay, so let's talk about the nuclear bombs and conspiracy from Joe Rogan and Eddie Bravo so I can get out of trying to explain this.
Works.com.
What was that?
How stuff works. That's legit.
That's mainstream right there.
That's
HowStuffWorks.com. That's as mainstream as you can get.
What does that mean? You know what's mainstream? The JRE. This is mainstream as fuck.
Hell yeah.
This is mainstream as fuck. So what does that mean?
Downloads a day. No, I'm kidding.
What does this mean? Like, what does mainstream mean? It doesn't mean it's not real. Just because how
no,
stuff
you said it was a conspiracy. No, what I'm saying is you said it was a conspiracy theory, and I'm like, it wouldn't be if it was on that.
That's not what I said. I said the conspiracy to keep this quiet, the fact that the government's nuclear tests most likely killed John Wayne and a shitload of actors from fucking cancer in the desert. They were dropping bombs, not knowing what the fuck they were doing. And there's plenty of evidence that they didn't know what the fuck they were doing.
Yeah.
If you watch the videos of old nuclear test site with soldiers running towards the blast, have you seen those?
Yeah, I've seen those.
They're fucking insane.
It looks like I don't know. Just like all that old footage looks like it doesn't look authentic. It looks like they faked all that shit.
What about?
But I don't know. I'm a retard.
Do you think nuclear bombs are fake? Is that what you're saying to me?
There's a conspiracy theory that nuclear bombs actually don't exist. That they never actually figured it out, but.
Oh, wait, we're going to come back. You know me. I can't not switch channels. Brandy, you know how annoying it is to watch television with me.
Yes, I don't watch.
Okay, then I'll keep going. I'll make you into a toaster computer. Do your job.
Internet, you better catch up. He's not going to be nice to you.
That's what the slow tomato said to his cousin. Catch up. You get it? Tomato, slow, catch up.
Another thing that people have taken as a given that seems to be could possibly be a complete fabrication. It might be another offshoot of this Mason's plan to just siphon off a bunch of money from the space program, but also siphon a bunch of money from the nuclear weapons program, because it seems like, and this was only brought to my attention through you and your post about it and the footage that you've shown. It seems like at least the test footage that we've seen of a lot of nuclear weapons from back in the day when they're telling our parents to duck and cover under their school desk to protect them from a nuclear blast, and you got the air raid sirens going off. Obviously, our entire culture was completely paralyzed by the idea of nuclear weapons. But when you're looking at the test footage, given back then it might not have looked fake. Back then they actually thought King Kong looked real in the movie or Jaws looked real in the movie, but now we can see it's clearly fake. When you look back at that footage, it's oftentimes, it looks like the scale of, say, a subdivision where you're in an empty lot across the street aiming a camera at a farmhouse on the other side of the street, a lot over, and then the blast hits and the farmhouse just gets destroyed. The house just gets ripped apart. But what happened to the camera? Who's filming that? The camera is only a couple 100 feet away from that.
Whoa, wait. I don't want to shoot my wad too early. This is the way we're supposed to have done all of this, okay? We're talking about, did I lose you, Brandy?
No, you did not.
Okay. Whoa. My voice often puts you to sleep, so I have to make sure you're not asleep at the wheel over there, producer lady.
I know.
So this is an example of what nuclear testing looks like. Hey, so you can't cheat and actually give me the answer. Give me the answer you would have given me before I told you the answer yesterday when I was researching this. How many times do you think nuclear bombs have been detonated in the world ever? Like to today? What did you used to think that number was?
At least one. At least.
At least one, yeah. Hiroshima, right?
Yeah.
The studio audience says 30. Are you? We'll actually try and do the first thing we ever had. Is the Twitch audience engaged? And what do we have? 5 people. I'm not. I can't look at the chat and do the show. You know this. Okay, so we have a 1 and we have a 30. What if it was 100? I'll still take the over. Did you know that since 1945 we have had 2,400 nuclear explosions on the map? Do I have to make that bigger?
If you want me to read it, you do. That's amazing.
Come on, man. What do you want? You want this? That's a bunch of them. Oh, wait. Let me give you a little bit more. Why don't you go down here and look at the overall numbers first, and then will you please pick up the ball and run it forward, Brandy? Because there's no defense. Not that you cannot slay the defense. Your daggers hurt, but you have to get within 3 or 4 feet. That means they got past me, and that never happens. What are the numbers? Who is the worst defender?
United States.
We're the bad guys, people. We're the bad guys. That's the way we're painted everywhere. We got to get over this. Shut me up. Read the chart, please.
United States, 1945. Atmospheric, 205. Underground, 912.
No. What are you doing here? You're succumbing to them. We asked how many times we've exploded a nuke. The answer is 2,400. You just made their nuke word into how many words?
A bunch.
Is that 11? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I was off by 1 on the glance. Screw me. Here's an explosion chart. I'm so glad I can't see that fucking chart. Okay, so, sorry, Sassy. Okay, so this is all the explosions since 45. Where am I back one? Okay, there is Operation Castle. This is the document. I think I went all the way back to the reporting office in OAG. Oh, yeah, here's the signatures from the guys that did it from 56. I spent a stupid number of hours trying to find a hidden Tartarian architecture in the middle of this hole that looks like the Bikini Islands. So the Bikini Atoll, it looks like something was there, and oh my God, there was a huge fight. That's the little Gandalf can't get away from the crazy part of me. Oh wait, let me get back to the fact that nukes don't exist, because this is important.
That, and in some videos, man, this is the most compelling, is the blast comes from behind the camera. What the hell is that? The blast comes from behind the camera, and the house gets blown away out into the background of the.
So what you're watching is a bunch of tests that were either done in the Nevada. Oh wait, where am I going to pick? There's 2,400. This is a 55 seconds worth of text narrated or video narrated. 2,400 sites over 50 years, and we get this. We have been lied to about what we are, when we are, who we are, and what we're capable of.
The shot, and you're like, what kind of camera in that day and age could survive that blast, but an entire building can't? I mean, it seems way out there. You've changed my mind on a little of this. You dip my needle further into the fringe for sure.
Yeah. So it's just another way to get us scared into giving them more money. So we're giving them hundreds of billions of dollars in this space race that America and Russia were doing, and they also did the Cold War. So they scared us into this nuclear scare, and then stole a bunch more money to build fake nuclear weapons. And so, yeah, the nuclear weapons don't exist as such. The tests that you've seen, the very early ones, like you were talking about, are good.
So what he's going to talk about right here is a pretty interesting thing. So there's two sites. The government is spending our money, so you might as well buy two. So, well, why not? You might break one. Well, they break all of them. They break us. Stand up, be the one. We have a video called "Be the One," by the way. It's pretty fucking good. Sorry, Sassy. So these guys, the thing you see in the hand right here, this is actually a specific monument number. Monumental meaning it's a monumental equation. If I'm going to do explosives management, this is also known as a powder kick or a square in the land of fireworks. These are often in the base. Anyway, so showing my Asian memory. So look at what they're doing. They're building something that's not one firework. It is the nuclear hoax firework, and there's two of them, and each team was told the other one was building the fake. That's what this guy says.
Really fake, just done on models. Some of the later tests were done using stacked dynamite. You just get a shitload of dynamite and blow it all up, and it makes the mushroom.
Hey, Brandyfoot.
Yes.
Is shitload a scientific measurement?
Not that I checked. I mean, I don't think so.
I think it should be. Look, he says it.
Cloud on models. Some of the later tests were done using stacked dynamite. You just get a shitload of dynamite.
Oh.
Very early ones, like you were talking about, are clearly fake, just done on models. Some of the later tests were done using stacked dynamite.
That's a shitload.
Evidently,
well, we talked about whether or not this was a term, right? So
Yep.
I think if there is a term that is a shitload, and you're talking about explosives, do you agree with me that is a shitload of explosives?
I do agree.
Okay. Well, I thought I was wrong once, but of course, I was mistaken.
You just get a shitload of dynamite and blow it all up, and it makes the mushroom cloud, does the whole thing. And what they do is they'd tell one team that, they'd have a bunch of people 20 miles away say, "Put it all up," and it makes the mushroom cloud, does the whole thing. And what they do is they'd tell one team that, they'd have a bunch of people 20 miles away say, "Army up," and it makes the mushroom cloud, does the whole thing. And what they do is they'd tell one team that, they'd have a bunch of people 20 miles away say, "Army guys watching, doing the test." And then you've got over on one island these people stacking dynamite saying that we're doing this for comparative purposes, and the real nuke's going to be over on that island. Meanwhile, they got another team over on that island stacking dynamite for comparative purposes, and the real nuke's going to be.
So if I were going to take a team of people and make them both believe that both of their beliefs were the belief they should be believing, which is called programming, if I separate them by islands so they can't relay information, don't you think that'd be a pretty good plan?
That probably is exactly what we've been living for a long time.
Well, then make sure you hear it the right way.
On the other island, like you were talking about, are clearly fake, just done on models. Some of the later tests were done using stacked dynamite. You just get a shitload of dynamite and blow it all up, and it makes.
Is shitload a technical term?
I think it might become one soon.
Yeah.
The mushroom cloud, does the whole thing. Nuclear weapons don't exist as such. The tests that you've seen, the very early ones, like you were talking about, are clearly fake, just done on models. Some of the later tests were done using stacked dynamite. You just get a shitload of dynamite and blow it all up, and it makes the mushroom cloud, does the whole thing. And what they'd do is they'd tell one team that, they'd have a bunch of people 20 miles away, say Army guys watching, doing the test. And then you've got over on one island, these people stacking dynamite, saying that we're doing this for comparative purposes, and the real nuke's going to be over on that island. Meanwhile, they got another team over on that island, and these people stacking dynamite, saying that we're doing this for comparative purposes, and the real nuke's going to be over on that island. Meanwhile, they got another team over on that island, stacking dynamite for comparative purposes, and the real nuke's going to be on the other island. So they even have military men stacking dynamite that they know is being used for these supposed nuclear explosions, but they other island. So they even have military men stacking dynamite that they know is being used for these supposed nuclear explosions, but they believe that they've seen a real nuke, even though they tell them to. Military men stacking dynamite that they know is being used for these supposed nuclear explosions, but they believe that they've seen a real nuke, even though they tell them to cover your eyes and put your head in your laps as it happens. They don't see anything until the smoke clears afterwards. But yeah, a lot of military men will swear, up and down that nukes must exist because they were there at some of those tests, and it's just dynamite. They do it beneath water by stacking dynamite in submarines. And
Is that a shitload?
Evidently it is.
do it up in the air as well. The Hiroshima and Nagasaki nukes, you can see that they're
So I want you to look at these configurations
by stacking dynamite in submarines, and you can do it up in the air as well.
So this is the landing point of the supposed impact of the real nuclear set. Do you see an association between the configuration? This is the government document of Operation Castle on the Awatekok Atoll. Do you see a configuration set that might, oh no, not one. These are all blast sites on the atoll. There were 93 blasts on this. Come on, man. I'm supposed to go over here and believe this thing. Brandy, I try and not yell as often as I can, and yet my voice is always stranded. So would you please say this in something other than mansplaining, that this is maybe near the shape of this?
I think it is.
Okay. Am I being a stupid man? Am I being the useless part attached to the penis?
Oh my God. No, I don't think so.
You could call me Michael. That's okay. Or I'm sorry. Yeah. Let's see what the comedians say about this whole shit about nukes. This is part. Have we been lied to about who we are?
Yes, we have.
Have we been lied to about really what we're capable of and what we are?
That's a definite.
Have we been lied to about when we are?
That's a definite, maybe 7 times.
These are the people that help us believe the lies. These are the influencers. Look, I am trying to be an influencer of Gandalfian nature. That is, I don't know what the truth is. I just know what the information might be. Here's a piece of information about nukes. This is what Joe Rogan, the most listened to guy, and his guest, who's a pretty cool guy, Eddie Bravo. I've never met this guy, but he's short. Those guys don't like me.
They realized that the threat of nuclear bombs is good enough.
But Eddie, you can see the bomb.
Okay, this is about fear, right? What's one of the control models?
Threaten everyone.
Fear is every control model.
Right.
Listen to the fear. Listen to the fear in his talk. I am trying to train everyone in the power of my voice to listen to the training part and listen to the message. I think that's the first time you've ever heard me say that.
The atom bombs.
But how do you know by seeing them that they're real?
Did you ever see the one where they drop the bomb? See the bomb.
Realize that they don't exist. That
to me?
There's a conspiracy theory that
Do you think nuclear bombs are fake? Is that what you're saying to me?
I'm a
retard.
I'm a
What do you-
retard.
Do you think nuclear bombs are fake? Is that what you're saying to me?
There's a I'm a retard.
Do you think nuclear bombs are fake? Is that what you're saying to me?
There's a conspiracy theory that nuclear bombs actually nuclear bombs actually nuclear bombs actually don't exist. That they never actually figured it out, but they realized that the threat of nuclear bombs is good enough.
But Eddie, you can see the bombs.
The atom bombs?
But how do you know by seeing them that they're real?
Did you ever see the one where they dropped the bomb in the ocean and they didn't know how much of a blast?
The one, Joe Rogan. Oh, was that the 1,237th? Or was that the 2,389th? Wake up!
It would create.
But what I'm saying
they
is,
didn't have the fucking ability to fake this when they did it.
But all I'm saying is, how do you know it wasn't just a regular powerful bomb? Like, how do you know? How do you know by watching a bomb go off? But how do you know it's nuclear if you
pull
watch
up the nuclear test?
I don't know what a nuclear bomb looks like when it blows up. I don't know.
I don't know what a nuclear bomb looks like when it blows up. I don't know. Really? Didn't we just do this? We learned. A nuclear bomb looks like that because, I'm a tab off. Where is it? Did Brandy save me? Did you see the stacks of TNT? They keep telling us the truth and we don't. We don't have ears to hear.
Regular bomb.
I don't know. Like, how do you know? How do you know by watching a bomb go off? But how do you know it's nuclear if you
pull
watch
up the nuclear test?
I don't know what a nuclear bomb looks like when it blows up. I don't know.
This nuclear to regular bomb.
I don't know. How would you know?
You know, if Gandalf were a locals, or if Joe Rogan were a local subscriber to Gandalf's library, he wouldn't have to ask Jamie. Jamie would already have it. I'm just saying, Joe.
Listen to him.
I'm not a bomb expert.
Eddie, listen to him.
We have things that can test.
How do you know? How do you know by watching a bomb go off? But how do you know it's nuclear if you
pull
watch
up the nuclear test?
I don't know what a nuclear bomb looks like when it blows up. I don't know.
This nuclear
Compared to regular bomb.
I don't know. How would you know the
listen to him.
difference?
I'm not a bomb expert.
Eddie, listen to him.
We have things that can test nuclear
But
radiation.
I'm saying, how can you tell? I know that
Because you
people,
can do tests.
I don't know.
You can do tests with those
But
instruments.
I've never done those
But
tests.
you can. You can. I have.
I don't know.
You can.
Can you? I don't know.
But Eddie,
You
this
can
is
though.
This is critical thinking in action. Debate without condemnation or accusation.
Well,
this
we're
is
not
not
willing to.
something that
They
you're
can't.
studied in.
I'm saying I don't
Right?
know.
I know, but
I'm saying I don't know. But I'm saying
telling
I
you,
don't,
you can.
how can people look at a bomb? You're saying someone else figured it out. How can you look at a bomb and
I think you're
if there
thinking
was,
about shit the wrong way. I really do.
No, I'm just saying if there was videos of 20 bombs going off, would you be able to pick out the nuclear bombs?
Eddie, they make these giant mushroom clouds. They're very unusual. It's
All
not
I'm
like a regular bomb.
I'm not saying that.
Pull that video
I'm just
up
saying,
of the bomb in the ocean.
How can anybody tell? Like a regular
Before
person,
you
how
ask
could you
that
tell?
question, I think you should probably talk to a nuclear physicist.
I'm just asking questions. I don't know.
But to question it like it's not real is ridiculous. They killed how many fucking people in Nagasaki and Hiroshima?
How do you know what kind of bomb that was?
Watch this. Watch this bomb.
Aren't there
Watch
still?
it. Look at this.
I don't know.
Dude,
how do you know if that's what kind of bomb that is?
That is the craziest amount of power you could ever imagine. I could never imagine something that can blow the ocean
With
a
dynamite.
mile into the sky.
Okay.
And that's just one video of it. There's another one of those videos where they do it from a distance where you look at the water where it's falling from.
I get that.
See if you can
but
find one.
Do you understand? It could be a nuclear bomb. I'm saying all I'm saying
why
is
guess?
how can you
Look at
know
that.
for sure?
Look at that.
How can you
Dude,
know for
how
sure?
many whales died in this?
Oh, everything died.
Everyone.
They
All
made some-
the fish.
They made some tuna salad out of that
Wait. I hadn't watched the whole thing. He says everything died. Look at the tragedy. Look at the fear.
motherfucker.
They all.
Watch this bomb.
Aren't there
Watch
still?
it. Look at this.
Oh, watch this. Look at this. 2,400 times they did this.
So why
Joe
is
Rogan's
the
picked
ship
out one.
Okay, so hold up. So if it's that big of a bomb, Why is the ship still floating?
Oh, thank you.
Answer that
you
question
are a
for me.
fart smucker. You are a fart smucker. Excellent. By the
It
way,
couldn't have been too bad. The ship still afloat.
there's your thumbnail, Brandy Face, producer lady. There's your thumbnail. Studio audience? Yeah. Studio audience agrees. Bam. It's a quorum. We have a murder. 3 crows. Take that, Janine. Okay. So what I'm saying is the whole thing's bullshit. This is Joe Rogan responding to the program. Okay? I love you, Joe. You woke me up partially. But come on, man. We're doing this. Over here, I have a document that says that we started programming people a long time ago. I was assigned to encompass TSD's research and equipment and activities in the 2 fields. I'm not going to read all of this. How many times have we tried to do this show, Randy?
3.
3. Tell me censorship isn't real, Ultra. I'm calling them all out, baby. Look, I have done the work, okay? I'll run through all the platforms I'm on. I challenge you to shut my ass down. I will retreat to FML zone that is in the Fediverse. And if the Fediverse falls, we all fall. What's the movie? It's Player One. Go do your own research. Look.
I don't know.
Dude,
How do you know if that's what kind of bomb that is?
How do you know? How do you know? Just what they told us. Hey, Brandy, I think most of what they told us is bullshit. What do you think?
I think so.
The craziest amount of power you could ever imagine.
Oh, the craziest. You know how much I like that word.
I began
Never
to like
imagine
it.
something that can blow the ocean a mile into the sky.
Okay.
And that's just one. That is the craziest amount of power you could ever imagine. I could never imagine something that can blow the ocean a mile into the sky.
Okay.
And that's just one video of it. There's another one of those videos where they do it from a distance where you look at the water where it's falling from.
I get that.
See if you can find one.
Do you understand? It could be a nuclear bomb. All I'm saying is, how can you know for sure?
Look at that.
How can you know for sure?
How many whales died in this?
Oh, everything died.
Everyone.
They
all the fish.
They made some tuna salad out of that motherfucker.
All the fish are fucked.
Look at the water come down. How crazy that is.
That boat's fucked though, huh?
Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of bomb that is. I don't know.
Look at that.
That's a big explosion. That's high. That's big, but I don't know what conventional bombs.
It's what difference does it make?
Because Eddie's saying the reason why they threaten nuclear bombs is to keep everyone kind of chill, but we might not have the.
They've got the power to do that, dude. That would wipe out a fucking city.
But maybe you could do that with just regular conventional bombs. Maybe that's like 10.
Okay.
What I'm saying is I don't know.
Right. Well, you should find out.
I don't know. This
is a nuclear bomb.
Okay.
I mean, the scientists all agree there's no conspiracy. The conspiracy is amongst idiots.
Okay.
These people that are talking about it online, they literally have no idea what they're talking about. And they're spreading this
That's
nonsense.
what I'm saying. I don't know. I understand. I don't know.
I understand you don't know, but don't even bother questioning it. It's a waste of time. You're going down a rabbit hole for no reason. You're wasting all this time. How do you know? How do you know? How do you know? I don't need to know.
What do you care about me wasting my time? I could waste my time on whatever. Why are you so concerned? Why are you so concerned about me wasting my time?
Because you waste our time too.
Why? It's an interesting conversation.
About whether or not nuclear bombs are real.
You don't want answers, though.
We don't have to talk about this.
Why don't you want to find the answer to it?
So in the Piscean age, all we do is argue. You know, this guy right here, I love this guy. He went from talent star. He lived, existed, and survived through all of the what was the show he was on? What was that reality show? Do Something Stupid. and I can't fucking I don't know. I quit watching TV 30 years ago. I don't know. I'm making a joke. Joe, you lived through it. He went from fighting people to fighting the system to gaming the system and moving to Texas. Over here, this Joe Rogan I love. I think he's a fucking fantastic human, okay? He is arguing. He is part of the program. The program came in as this. I can go down all of the documents that are available in my research stack about MK Ultra. All of these documents have those in common. All of these people are writing about it. Why don't you tell me it doesn't exist? Federal and Practical Procedures, Volume 25, page 123. Oh, there's my keyword. Oh, wait. About. Oh, wait. 76. I've got 2 pages of my specific run. One of the things I love about me, because Brandy, I know you know this, but I love a lot of things about me. But I love asking the internet a question and getting 11 answers.
Oh, wow. Only 11?
Yeah. Most people say 27 million. Give me another minute of your life.
Born tests in the South Atlantic.
The objective of the Argus experiment was to take a close look at the phenomena associated with the trapping in the Earth's magnetic field of relativistic electrons produced by nuclear detonations at very high altitude.
So he's talking about testing with nuclear detonations. Oh! Do you think they did any testing?
I think they did.
Here's the testing they did. Here's the underground number. Here's the underwater number. These are the ones we saw. 206, 429, 429, call it 520, 538, just on the top of my head number. 538 of 2,400 is 12.5%. So a little over 10% of all of the tests that were ever done were above ground. 12% of 2,400 is that 48 or 480? All of these people are talking about one test.
But why do you just want to question it? You could look up the answer. You could go study it.
You could look up. Yeah, you could look up anything.
It's not going to look up. If you literally want to know the answer.
If you don't look it up in my library, you're not going to get the fucking shit. Sorry, Sassy.
So to this particular question.
You could look it up.
No, I'm not.
Where?
I want to
Library?
finish. No. You could go to college.
You could look it up.
No.
Did he say Gandalf's library?
No, I'm not. I want to finish. No.
Brandy, what's Gandalf's library?
Locals Library, where you save everything. It's the only place you can find anything.
I'm trying to build another. Well, locals cut me off, so you won't actually get anything for another couple of days.
Well, I could put it over at another.
I'm not trying to waste everybody's time here. I'm short of minutes. We try to keep everything under. I got 11 minutes left. Locals? Did you say go to locals? Is that what you said?
I said go to locals.
Go. Thank you.
You could go to college. You could get a professor.
How do you spell Gandalf?
Gandalph.
How do you spell Gandalf?
Gandalph.
So is it Gandalf?
That's right.
No, F is the guy in the movie.
No, Alph.
Oh, okay.
Alf.
Because that motherfucker was playing me. Oh, I'm the 6 sassy swatches. I have to stop.
Sir, you could find any number of people that have the answers, could show you how to study them, could prove the test to you, could lay it out, could give you all these instructions so you could go do it on your own without anybody else.
I don't care about it that much.
Then why again? Then Joe's point. Why bring it to us and question it?
I just don't trust anything I can't verify for myself.
Oh, I don't trust anything I can't verify for myself. Oh, you're gonna get canceled. You're gonna get canceled so fast. I am telling you, baby. 2,400 nuclear explosions since 1945. Did I stutter?
You did not.
I've got 7 minutes left before you cut me off and tell me to stop talking.
Yes, don't go over.
Where did I go? I had to find. Okay. Oh, this is the guy who owned the atolls. Oh, I went down this big rabbit hole. Oh, we got a couple minutes left. Anyone who's going to stop watching has already stopped. So I went down before the Bikini Atolls. So the Bikini Atolls are the most nuclear tests that we saw. And this whole operation was called Operation Castle. So I went down the line and I looked at the atolls and I found an exact, I will put this all in locals in like 5 days when I have more numbers. I have the exact kilos, inference reference sets, where they found fallout. Oh, this Brandy, producer lady, will you please make a note that I need to do a show on this? and you should probably log into my computer and save all these tabs. So Essel Holtz is the guy, because I thought, if you're going to bomb a place so bad, the only thing you get is the top of the rim of the crater of the thing. Because if you look at islands with craters, the Belizean string between Belize, Costa Rica, San Salvador, El Salvador, Costa Rica, Belize, all the way down before you get into Brazil, there's 7 volcanoes, right? Those 7 volcanoes were active. One's active. I've got Kilauea. I've got all the Hawaiian Island strings, and then I've got the rest of the volcanoes that are being active by which are on our volcano index. But the Bikini Atoll is the place they decided that they were going to go do a shitload of tests. So we've proven that we had 2,400 total nuclear tests. Well, like 17% of them are all here between water. So this is the middle of what the fuck were they trying to destroy? Come on, Brandy, you know me. You don't do this much military spending, which we pay for, unless you're trying to kill something. So I looked up this guy, Essel Holtz. So Essel Holtz shows up. This is the instance of the name Essel Holtz across history from about 1792 all the way up to 2012. And this is the number of times his name has shown up. So I went down that line and I found some documents. They live back here, right here, right here. So I found this guy a couple of different times. He did some stuff. But usually when you name an island after yourself, the Essel Holtz Atoll, which looks a lot like the Bikini Atoll, which shows up in Operation Castle. What are they hiding? If I look at the map of my flights around the world, the Bikini Atoll shows up in a place that it shouldn't exist. It's way out here in the middle of the Bermuda Triangle, which we know is part of my whole talk me out of the Tartarian bullshit.
That I can't do.
When I first met you, more than a day and less than 1,000, well, but less than 5,000 years ago, did you believe that Tartaria even existed or know how to spell it?
You're not going to like my answer, but yes, I did believe it existed. I just didn't think it was quite in this realm, should I say.
You just didn't have the receipts, baby. So
I thought it existed. I thought it was not part of Earth.
So when last time you flew, did any of the planes that you flew on look like these planes right here?
Nope.
Oh, God bless you. Damn it. Google, my nemesis. Okay, so I've lost my mouse. So you need to help me here. So when this was made, there's a blimp. Oh, you know how I feel about the Eiffel Tower and airships.
Yes.
You challenge me even for 2 seconds, and I can come up with actual pictures. Well, the Eiffel Tower, the top of the Statue of Liberty, these are all blimp docking stations. Damn it, I'm running out of time. Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor. Okay, so what I'm saying here is I've lost my train of thought.
T-4. T-4.
Whatever. Are you calling the clock on me, woman?
I was told to.
Yes, I know. I appreciate you. I no, not many people are not intimidated by, you know, Gandalf.
Well, I would comment, but
Okay, so
they wouldn't believe me anyway.
I'm going to give you 90 seconds to tell the universe what you did today about making sure that you cleaned up all of my social network messes and made us Gandalf everywhere. Will you please talk about this? Because I hate this shit. I don't care. I just want to talk and tell people stuff.
I went and did the number one thing that I've been wanting to do for a very long time, and I finally made Gandalf everywhere. And basically, at this point, I think I've succeeded.
So
The road to Gandalf.
I don't know. I haven't actually read the thing at the bottom of the screen. Our sponsor is there, of course. Damn it. I forgot to cue the hey producer lady. We should end every show with that. So I forgot our sponsor is in the bottom, and then it says, how many places are we? Gab, Minds, True Social, YouTube, Brighteon, Cloud Hub Getter, Locals. The library is at Locals. It's all free. And if you're watching Twit, Randy, will you please? We have 3 minutes left. Talk about, and if everybody doesn't know, this doesn't happen without Randy. Close it out, girl.
Well, we're everywhere. So, as he said, we're on Cloud Hub, Minds, True Social, Getter, Gab, Rumble, BitChute, Brighteon, Odyssey, Locals, YouTube, Facebook, you name it. Gandalf's on the road.
How do you spell Gandalf?
Gandalph.
What's the old Mickey Mouse song? Gandalph, the library.
Who's in my looking glass today? Oh my God, it must be Gandalf. And I think I found Brandy.
You know, the difference between my white rabbit and their white rabbit is my white rabbit is jerky. I don't know if you get it, but we're not done working tonight, honeys.
I didn't think we were.
Say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, everybody. Good night, Gandalf.